Siri, go live. Cheery, ayan. Cheery,
Okay.
go live.
Siri, go live.
There, I
Yan.
see it.
There we
Ayan.
go.
Cheery,
I'm gonna
ayan.
Yeah.
share.
Cheery, go live. Go live. There, I
Yan.
see it.
There we
Ayan.
go. Okay,
Good
you're back.
afternoon, ladies.
Cheery, go live.
Yan, wait.
Let's back. There's, okay. Hello, ladies. Good evening. It's 6 o'clock na pala, no?
Yes, good
Hi.
evening.
Maybe we can do gallery view.
Good evening. Yes. Okay. And wait. Tonight is a special night because we have a guest joining us. We have here, and he's there. Makoy, are you there?
Hello.
Hello. How
Hi.
are you?
Oh my goodness!
Welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Welcome.
Macoydubs is joining us tonight on Tuesday. Of course. Hello, Goyo. You are not in Manila. Where are you?
Yeah.
In
Where in the world are you again?
Bukidnon. I'm in Bukidnon.
Oh my goodness. When are you coming back to Manila?
Tomorrow night.
Nakichismis. Kailan ka babalik?
Tomorrow night. I'm flying from CDO to Manila na. I was supposed to, we're trying to create more noise on the ground here for voter education, and the best way to do that, diba, is go down to the ground and talk to the people, etc. And so far it's working, man. But now this is a special episode because we're four, and we have a guest, Makoy. So who is also a cyclist. I know you're a cyclist. Cyclista ka, di ba?
Yes, nagbabike din ako.
Very good.
Bakit ikaw payat, ako mataba?
Tumaba din ako dahil sa
Sa
kakakain.
cycling.
Parang-
Dahil sa cycling.
Yes. Kasi pagka-cycling, parang Miss Pia, parang ay, sarap kumain, ganon. Kasi
you're thinking na you're burning the calories then. But of course, first of all, thank you so much to Macoydubs for joining us tonight. I'm such a
Yes, thank you so much.
I follow Makoy on Twitter and tawang-tawa ako sa lahat ng tweets niya. But anyway, to everyone joining us tonight, don't forget that we also have sweet ecstasy burgers to be given out. Once again, this is Tuesday. You just have to use the hashtag Tuesday, CHOOSEDAY, and hashtag AskGoyo. And of course, if you have any questions, comments, or anything, please leave them in the comment section so we can read them later on. And sana masagot din ni Makoy ang inyong questions.
So before we start, just to recap, you can still register as a voter now. You can still register every day, Monday to Thursday, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. in the COMELEC office. For urban centers, kailangan ka do online appointment. I register.comelec.gov.ph. Pero in other areas, especially sa provinces, hindi na kailangan magpa-appointment. Pwede kang dumiretso doon sa COMELEC office para magrehistro as a voter. So, pwede yan. Okay, just to recap now.
Oh yeah, so I just wanna just also introduce, like, if Makoy is not too familiar, since first time niya dito sa atin, nag-encourage kami na mag-register to vote. Ang tao kasi kulang pa talaga yung mga numbers na ina-expect sana ng COMELEC na mag-register. So, masyadong malayo pa talaga yung natin sa goal natin. So, sana makatulong tayo in every small way. So, every week, we also come up with ways na how can you also like help in your own capacity as an individual. So, if you share with 10 friends, 10 friends each can share with 10 more friends. So, like, no multiply, diba? So, sana maisip yung ganon. And it's a very hot topic now. It's like, we're like, diba, if you have FOMO, if you have fear of missing out, so pwede nyong sabihin na gamitin yon and sabihin, uso talaga to, diba? Uso maging aware sa surroundings mo and sa kung anong nangyari ngayon sa current event. So, especially if you're of age, you just turned 18, dapat that's one of the things that you should be excited about. So, hindi lang yung mga 18 years old, pero yung mga first time pa lang mag-register or yung mga kailangan magrehistro ulit for some reason or another. Diba? For one reason or another, for some reason, kailangan nilang ulitin yung pagka-register nila.
Yes.
Tama.
May bell.
Super bad.
But-
Yes, agree. And most especially, malaki din, no? Just to add yung percentage ng youth in terms of numbers na kinakailangan para ma-hit yung numbers. So we can expect in the future, especially sa 2022, good voter turnout.
Oh yeah, definitely. But
Yes.
kasi tama yun, no? Maraming mga voters from the youth sector na they're active but parang they just need to they're active on social media, they're active on expressing their views, but parang we need to drive home the point that they need to register and vote on election day, di ba? Para at least more complete yung participation nila in the democratic process.
Yes, and of
Yeah.
course,
By the way,
see how Macoy...
Christmas pa pila.
Oo nga, Paskong-Pasko pa dyan eh. And yes, we see how Macoy is very active on social media, and we do need to ask you na parang how is social media driving people to be involved in the democratic process? Syempre, mas widespread ng information, but also with that comes with fake news. So, paano nito ini-encourage ang mga tao na mas mag-partake in the democratic process of voting?
Well, just some insights lang that we gained the past quarter. According to Kantar din, Philippines is the #1 social media capital in the Asia-Pacific region, and we spend almost 7 hours per day sa social media. And
Wow, 7 hours?
Yes. Surprisingly, 'di ba? Most especially Philippines na lang ang natira na bansa sa Asia Pacific na naka-quarantine pa din or lockdown-ish. Diba? So basically, halos karamihan ng tao mas maraming oras mag-spend ng time sa social media. Mas marami pa tayong oras mag-Twitter compared sa panonood ng TV, 'di ba? Well, this is also a clarion call to the private sector in terms of enabling their employees as well to give voters education, because we all experience naman, most especially in some companies, no, the corporate, kumbaga some corporations or mga startups, they are doing their efforts in terms of, most especially ng mga unang-unang part nung quarantine natin. They were able to roll out some employee initiatives in terms of mental health. Pero syempre, ibang ibang quadrant na yon. But this time, lalo na 2021 na and nasa first quarter tayo, parang this is also a call to corporations to launch an initiative for voters education para sa kanilang mga employees. Another one is support from social media companies or tech startups. Example, Facebook, doubling their efforts to combat fake news. Lalo na yung mga nagpa-pop up sa mga Google Chrome, sa mga browsers natin, 'di ba? Tapos magli-lead siya sa isang website, and then yun pala wrong information. Kumbaga clickbait lang siya. Another part is of course working more with content creators, vloggers, YouTubers, influencers, in terms of tapping their following to invite them to register to vote. Yon.
Yeah,
Galing, no?
you mentioned yung sa influencers. I do remember that you had a group na meron din kayong ganitong you featured, talagang nag-get together kayong lahat para nga pag pinagsama-sama, no, ang lakas ng force talaga pag nakita mo, syempre lahat ng following nun. And I'm very hopeful with that move of yours. And thanks for mentioning yung sa company, kasi so far, lahat ng episodes namin, laging naiisip lang namin yung mga nasa eskwelahan, kasi yun yung mga parang nasa 18 bracket, no? So thanks for mentioning that. Hindi namin naiisip pa na, oo nga, like that's a big number na yung age group na yon makukuha mo talaga sa corporate world. So sana talaga maano yon, Goyo, no?
Yes,
Check.
Miss Pia. And to add in also, Miss Pia, Sir Goyo, and Miss Cesca, malaki ang role ng corporations, no, ng mga companies na ito. But of course, some people would say, I think my company is being political. Parang, wow, pumupolitika, nakiki-etcho sa politika ang company. Pero syempre, sa mga viewers naman natin na baka may mga nanonood tayo, mga HR heads,
Yeah.
no, or baka merong mga
Oo.
executive search na nanonood. No naman, it's not because the company is being political, but also a call lang din for the companies to be more involved in
Yeah,
terms
and
of the
it's a
political.
responsibility, di ba? Yun
Oo.
nga yung inaano namin from the start. The registering to vote is not just your right, but it's your responsibility, your duty to the country, di ba? So, this has nothing to do with politics. Hindi nga, dito sa streaming namin, it has nothing to do with kung ano yung mga pipiliin mong kandidato. We're not even saying who, actually. Kung sinong ano. We're not trying to influence you on that. We're trying to influence you to make your moves on your own as individuals and starting with registration. So thanks for that, Makoy.
Thank you.
And I think there's a couple of programs this year. Hopefully, Makoy, we can work together to push talaga voter empowerment. No? Like sabi natin, we're not telling you who to vote or who not to vote for. If you choose a person, you like the person, you can still vote for him, but you say give it the time it deserves. Kasi, for example, gusto mo yung isang taon to, but hindi mo alam yung plataforma ng gobyerno na. You don't know what his policies are. You just like him or like her, but if you don't know what his or her plans are, if that person wins, parang sayang, di ba? Sayang kasi you can eventually help them do things better for sa programa nila, di ba? Pwede.
Yes, agree. Also to parang an insight also, yes, that's a good idea na rin, no? Not just promoting or influencing your followers, no, or your friends to register to vote, but also do background check dun sa kandidato, 'di ba? Kasi baka mamaya boboto ko 'yan. Naka-register na ako, boboto ko 'yan kasi sikat 'yan sa bayan namin. Pero hindi nila alam baka may mga eme-eme na nangyari in the past na nakalimutan na ng mga tao. Lalo na sa panahon ngayon, some people they are trying to erase our memory. So never forget yung mga diyan. So kailangan alam pa rin natin ang background.
Oo, so once na naka-register ka, actually, mas magiging relevant na ngayon yung paghahanap mo talaga ng fake news. Let's be, di ba, once you register, I think ando na yung feeling mo ng responsibility. Kung gusto mo maging mahusay na citizen ng bansa, di ba? Yung talagang wala ka nang pinapanigan talaga na, di ba, na because na influence ka lang ng popularity or yan yung trip ng pamilya mo ever since, parang nakasanayan na or what. Think for yourself. Train yourself to think on your own, di ba? And also, there's a saying na, di ba, that think before you speak. But there's a continuation pala, read before you think.
Yeah.
So reading is really important. So maganda talaga yung di ba? Read to lead talaga.
And that's also something na I feel na people should be more aware of, na hindi mo pwedeng i-immerse yung sarili mo in an echo chamber lang, na just because one person or one news source or one page or whatever says the things that you like hearing, hindi pwedeng yun na lang nang yun yung papakinggan mo. Because you also have to check multiple sources. You have to cross-check na parang, okay, pareho ba yung information dito? Bakit iba to? Bakit magkaiba siya? Bakit hindi magkatugma? Yun na nga, just learn to process information differently, na hindi ka lang papayag na sabi kasi niya ganun, kaya maniniwala na ako sa kanya. Marami din kasing nauuto sa ganun.
Dami.
We notice something, no? People tend to listen to news that conforms to what they think is true. So for example, ito yung tingin kong tama, hanap ako ng news source that will confirm na ay tama talaga yung naisip ko. They're not open. Tama ka, Cesca. They have to be open to the possibility that what they think is not correct, di ba? Kasi if you're just in an echo chamber, you just make things worse, di ba? Instead of trying to verify kung tama ba yung sinasabi mo or tama yung sinasabi ng kaibigan mo, you'll just confirm it by reading the same things that you want the truth to be.
Yes.
Ano,
Yes.
that has to change. But ito can I just mention one thing before we continue now? Tama yung you do a background check on the people you vote for. Just imagine, if you're courting somebody, di ba? Or if somebody's courting you, di ba ang ginagawa mo, chine-check mo yun. Uy, mabait ba yan?
Babaero ba yan?
Hindi mabait. Di ba? Or, oh, I want to court her, pero, parang mali yung mga narinig ko. So, I'll check. I'll double check kung tama ba yan yung narinig ko mga chismis. Di ba? If we can give that importance to yung ka-date natin or yung blind date or boyfriend, maliligaw, mas dapat yan gawin natin sa people we vote for. Di ba?
Yes.
We have a few comments. We have to say hi to some people. Romeo Maglunsod, shout out po from the motorcycle taxi community.
Wow.
Rene, wow, diba? Rene Lucheng, shout out po sir para sa birthday ko today. Happy birthday, Rene.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Dennis Macatual, shout out po kay attorney Motor po for Habal-Habal. For Patag
Astig.
Moc City. Tej has a question. What do you guys think of incentivizing people to vote by establishment owners offering discounts or promos to those with voter IDs?
Gusto ko yan.
Goyo can answer this.
Ang problema lang is walang voters ID ngayon eh.
Yes.
Fake yun.
Unless of course. Meron, PR. Ako, wala akong voters ID.
Wala rin ako.
So, they don't print voters ID anymore. But there's a way to do it na you incentivize vote registering or you incentivize people who vote by, alam mo sa states, when you vote, they put a sticker here, I voted. Di ba? Or pagkatapos mo mag-register, nalagay ka ng sticker dito, I registered. Tapos, pwede kang kumuha ng discount sa 7-Eleven or Ministop or other convenience stores, di ba? Pwede yan, di ba? It will encourage people na, hey, may makuha pala ako, not only to vote, but may makuha ako discount, di ba?
Yeah. Pero sino nga ang gagawa nun? Diba?
Gawa tayo.
Kumbaga, kailangan ng malaking makinarya for that.
Yeah, it has to be, kasi you have to be working together with all of those. Kasi, sinong sasagot ng discount, di ba? It's a really big,
parang, it's a call for long discussion. Pero magandang siya, Miss Pia.
Yes.
Boy, magandang idea to the
because that's the language they speak, di ba?
Magandang idea. Pero yun nga,
But also, now that we have Macoy with us, syempre, si Macoy nakikita natin sa social media with Auntie Julie videos and all of that. And you captured this audience. Tuwang-tuwa mga tao pag pinapanood ka. But also, Auntie Julie is very woke. How do you think Auntie Julie encourages yung mga pamangkin niya to be part of this voting process, to register and everything?
Well, thank you, Miss Cesca. Actually, the Auntie Julie persona talaga, I'm very overwhelmed and I'm very flattered to know na natutuwa sila dun sa mga videos. But as an auntie, yes. It's also because the Auntie Julie persona is somehow creating a culture of inclusion. Because sometimes there are some titas talaga. Kumbaga, in one family, there is a tita talaga that we all look up to, right? Na
yes.
Someone who's established, someone who's very inclusive, very lovable. So, it's more of breaking the barrier that ang mindset ng Filipinos, merong mga tita na yung tita ko na yan, lagi akong tinatanong kung may asawa na ba ako, kung bakit ako tumaba, ganyan. But of course, kung papasukin natin yung quadrant na i-entice natin ang youth na mag-vote, syempre, yung age range ni Auntie Julie, kasi na-capture niya nga yung audience, di ba, ng mga tita-tita na rin in real life, uncle and tito na rin in real life. This is a challenge also for me to create more content related to Auntie Julie, and of course, since malapit ng elections, enticing my audience. But of course, being subtle lang, but not really hard sell. Kasi sometimes kapag ka na feel nila na hard sell na oh, you vote, parang minsan na sila, naasiwa sila or nagsasawa sila. So, pwede akong magpasok ng halimbawa, merong humor bit, but still, ang gist, you need to register and do background check of the politician that you will vote. And of course, since sa mga titas kasi, meron ding connotation na sa mga tita, ay iboboto ko to kasi sikat to eh. Or iboboto ko to kasi dati siyang ganyan, artista siya, or dati siyang ganito.
Yan, dati crush niya.
O crush niya dati. Miss Pia, ay yan. Kasi nag-boxing yan eh. So iboboto ko yan. Ay, amiga, you better think. Diba? There are some quadrants that he doesn't cover, so you need to think. Ganyan. Mga ganong conversation. So,
correct.
Lastly, I'm thinking of, putting another character na pwedeng kabanter ni Auntie Julie, mga duets, para naman mas conversational at hindi lang purely Auntie Julie yung nakikita nila sa video. So, yun yung isa sa mga excitement and challenges na pwede nating i-entertain, Miss Cesca.
Very nice.
Ganda.
Kasi mahirap to capture an audience the way that Macoy did, ha? As in, not everyone can do that.
Of course.
Everyone, just whenever Auntie Judy makes an appearance, lahat ng tao, oh my gosh, Auntie Judy!
Yeah, if I may say, like if you're gonna have that other character, parang that could be like the usual, the way a lot of people think, and that's parang siguro makikita ng mga tao rin na ay makaka-relate sila na parang hindi pala kagandahan na maging ganun yung mga reaction or 'di ba, or lagi ka na lang ganun mag-isip. So parang na-checklist siya ni Auntie Julie, 'di ba? 'Di ba?
Yes,
correct. Check siya, parang ganun. Yeah. Kasi I've seen you do that, and for me, as in it's so spontaneous na parang punchline yung registered ka na ba? I've seen Auntie Julie do that. Parang sinabi lang niya in passing. Pero tumatak yun sa akin.
Are you registered ka na ba?
Di ba? Ganun. Meron kang mga ganun eh. Yeah. So, galing. Keep it up.
Thank you.
Okay, so syempre, Auntie Julie already mentions na nag-register ka na ba or whatever, but how do you, aside from, let's say, there's a reason we study history para hindi siya maulit, di ba? Pero for some reason, there are some things na nauulit pa rin siya. So, how do you, if you could list down ways for people, for the younger generation, to be able to discern kung sino ang tamang candidate na bobotohin, kung ano yung mga characteristics or kung meron mang qualifications na makikita from their records or from their personalities, ano yung mga masasabi mong advice doon?
Ay, okay. Siguro we can list top 3, no? So number 1 is the candidate does the candidate supports women's rights? That's the number 1 thing for me, no? Sinusuportahan niya ba ang women's rights? At the same time, secondly, pwede ba niyang i-support din ang LGBTQIA+ community? That's number 1. Number 2, character. Very important kasi, I mean, in general, importante ang character, good character ng isang politician na hindi lang basta-basta, nag-a-announce ng late, mga ganyan. Communication is key, I mean, di ba? Parang importante rin kasi yung open communication with the citizens. Yung merong charisma. May good character, merong charisma. But at the same time, kasi pwede naman sabihin ng isang candidate na hindi ako corrupt, hindi ako mangongorap, 'di ba? Hindi ako magnanakaw ng kaban, 'di ba? Pero parang hindi ko yan i-justify, 'di ba? Parang gano'n. Smuggled but justified. Hindi natin gagawin yan. Parang importante din na more background check. That's why we need the help of other entities as well and organizations, the research agencies to do more background checks, 'di ba? Ano yung mga statements, ano yung mga causes na sinuportahan nitong kandidato na ito? And kung iboboto mo siya, aligned ba siya sa ideals mo? Aligned ba siya sa philosophies mo? And I guess at this very moment, what we need in a candidate is someone who can lead the nation to unite us all. Kasi what's happening right now, we're all divided eh. 'Di ba? Merong ganitong faction at meron namang iba na hindi naman ganito ang color pero binabrandingan ng ganung color. Parang where is that coming from, 'di ba? And dito rin papasok yung help from the social media sites to combat these fake accounts, these trolls. Kasi they are the number one who promulgates hate and division to everyone, 'di ba? And if there are some troll farms who's creating these accounts, then please think about it because you're making the nation divided because of your doing. So isip-isip naman kayo doon. Lastly, yun nga, the candidate, number one candidate who makes us all united. Kasi nga, very divided pa as of the moment. And character. Yung someone na hindi bastos ang bibig. Di ba? Yung gano'n, yung kailangan natin eh. Is it a she? Is it a he? We don't know yet. And feeling ko, Sir Goyo, Miss P, and Miss Cesca, magma-manifest yan second quarter of this year, di ba? Someone will stand up talaga na, ay eto, may malalaman tayo. So, there.
Wow.
Tama yan. And I'd like to add, sobrang ganda what you said. Sobra. And yeah, you vote for a person na guwapo or guwapa pero pangit naman yung ugali. Mas mabuti yung pangit yung mukha pero sobrang ganda yung ugali, di ba? At saka competent.
Kasi gaganda naman yun eh dahil sa ugali, di ba?
Yes.
Hindi naman lahat parang wala naman ganun. Actually, gumaganda nga yung tao dahil sa pagtutulong siya sa ibang tao, di ba?
But also, one thing na gusto ko rin makita sa isang, let's say, from people in power, yung alam na kung kailan, they know when it's time to let go of the position. You don't keep holding on to power, then that's the whole point of democracy. That's the whole point of the elections because there has to be a change. There has to be a shift at some point. But we've seen in our history, obviously, nakita na natin na may mga taong ayaw talaga bumitaw. And sana lang talaga hindi na maulit yun. Okay, we have more comments.
That's hard.
Sure.
Carmela. Yes, Koy?
Carmela.
Oh.
No, but that's hard because a lot of people get used to power, diba? They like power, they like influence, they get used to it, they succumb to it.
Well, that's a little scary.
Yes.
Yeah, really, nakakalasing ang power.
That's the scary part. Because kaya nga nalagay yung sistema ng demokrasya, di ba?
Yes.
Para manigurado na there will be a shift in power at some point. But also, okay, so si Carmela, hi, listening from Pasig City. Hi, Sir Goyan. Macoydubs, Arriba, letranista.
Oh, thank you. Arriba also.
Jim says hello. Ross is watching from Rojas City, Capiz. And Jim Guzman, let's pick from our LGU leaders. So far, we have a lot of good options gauging by their performance in handling the pandemic.
Yeah, that's one example. Yeah.
That's what I'd like to stress though. I've talked to some people. Kasi what's happening now, it's the beacon of hope people are looking for is coming from the LGUs. The mga LGU officials who are showing that the way it's done, especially sa Metro Manila, di ba na parang nagka-problema sa vaccine. Pero so ang ginawa ng mga LGUs, kami mag-order, kami magbabayad para sigurado yung residents namin may vaccine, di ba? Kasi
it's a good
that should have
idea.
been-
We're seeing it.
Sorry.
Technology use now.
Yeah, and they're stepping up because there's a vacuum, and people are filling up that vacuum, and you're seeing officials from the LGU step up and show that hey, we can, magaling pala to, magaling pala yan, di ba? So that's an eye opener na maraming mga galing na hindi sa national, sa local, pero they can do things the right way, di ba? Yun.
Si Pia nakagat.
Okay.
Kasi medyo choppy si Hindi kasi, ang reaction ko dun is, sayang lang yung iba, hindi pa sila valid age by the time. There's a few of them na hindi pa pwede sa age. We've discussed this before, di ba? So, nakakahinayang yung ganon. And parang, it's such a big process na kung paano palitan nga. We discussed the qualifications for public servants. Parang napaka-simple lang. Parang, anybody and his father, uncle, or whatever can join, di ba?
I think there's something I wanna try something later this year or before the elections. How do you make sure that you put in people who are qualified, di ba? People, di ba kasi the Constitution rights specifies only you're able to read and write, but able to read and write is a very broad definition. I think there can be something done to fine-tune what do you mean by read and write, di ba?
Yes.
So that's something worth doing. That's something worth questioning, di ba? That's see what will happen there if it will bear fruit.
All right. And of course, we are still, don't forget, we have to remind you, yung Sweet Ecstasy burgers, guys, masarap talaga siya, promise.
Hi!
No,
I'll take note of that. Sweet Ecstasy burgers.
Yeah.
so we have to say thank you to Sweet X because they join us every week. Goyo picks, I think 3 people every episode.
Yeah.
And they
Limited to Metro Manila.
Limited to Metro Manila, yun lang ang disclaimer natin na kailangan talaga sabihan. But again, if you do leave your comments, don't forget to use the hashtags Tuesday, CHOOSEDAY, and then hashtag AskGoyo, and then hashtag SweetXManila. So thank you, Sweet X.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, okay. There's one thing I'd like to add. Kasi what do you look for in the candidate? Macoy mentioned what he would like. But I had talked with some people, some different provinces. I said to them kasi nila is, ito yung choice ko. I like this person. Hindi siya, parang may mga kulang, but gusto ko to . So, there's another spin to it or way to look at it, no? For example, gusto mo tong lalaki na to. Gusto mo tong babae na to na kandidato. Alam mo may kulang. Alam mo walang plataforma ng gobyerno, walang policies. Just wala lang, wala lang. Pero sa tingin mo mananalo. The voter can actually be part of the process in making him do better. How? For example, kandidato mo yan. Die hard talaga. Kandidato mo yan. Pero what you do, tulungan mo siya do things better. For example,
Nawala.
Nawala si Sir Goyo.
Yeah, just to add, we're on the topic of, kunyari, I always think na, kung gumagawa siya para sa karamihan or para sa bansa, hindi para sa sarili niya. So, that's one of the things na I think, madali yun ma-spot, di ba? In line with, doon mo makikita nga yung character ng tao, di ba? Hindi siya makasarili, ginagawa niya para sa ibang tao, para sa bayan. Hindi niya inuuna yung sarili niya, uunahin niya yung karamihan. So, pag inuna niya yung karamihan, uunahin niya yung constituents niya, uunahin niya yung city niya, yung barangay niya, yung town niya.
There?
Yan. Welcome back, Goy.
Yeah.
Hello.
Sorry.
It happens. Yes, we can hear you.
It happened.
Although choppy.
So, sorry, medyo grabe umuulan dito sa Bukidnon. It's it's really bad.
Wow.
As in, there's some very fast because visibility mo is you can't see, you can only see the car in front of you eh.
Oh,
So
wow.
yun.
Hmm.
But at least maganda yung
Okay,
scenery
so
mo.
Clean and
yeah,
green.
yeah, sobrang ganda.
Alright, guys.
Nawawala si Goyo, no?
Nawawala talaga
Yan.
siya.
Oo.
I'm sure he's gonna join again. But anyway, while we have Macoydubs again, please don't forget to send your questions and your comments. Matagal na namin gustong i-guest si Macoy dito.
Yes!
Oh, thank you. Actually, nung ano nga, nag-DM si Sir Goyo sa Twitter, if possible nga na makasama ko kayo dito sa show. Sabi ko, naman, yes, let's push. O January
Thank
January
you.
2021. O eto nga, nangyari na.
Oo.
Thank you
Yay.
so much.
We're so
We're so
honored.
Yeah.
Grabe naman, Miss Pia.
Siyempre, no. We're very... We totally support people na creative kasi creatives kami. Kaya yan, 'di ba? Very important 'yan. Thank you. At madami kang natutulungan, especially on the topic, let's say, of mental health then and all, especially during this time na uncertain, 'di ba? So maganda yung ano, 'di ba? Kasi hindi mo alam talaga yung the power of words, di ba? Yung
Yes.
power of words. So,
Super
also,
thank you.
I have to ask Macoy because syempre hindi madali maging outspoken.
Mm-mm.
It's not everyone can be as brave voicing out opinions, especially when you know na may mga taong kakalabanin ka or mga hindi gustong marinig yung mga sinasabi mo. But at what point did you realize na this is what I want to say, I want to use my voice, so this is what I have to say?
Mm-mm. Una talaga, mahirap talaga, Miss Cesca, di ba? Miss Pia, lalo na. Kasi when I started doing the dubbing, yung mga Mean Girls, Devil Wears Prada dubs, may ano naman na, medyo nagpaparinig naman na talaga ako sa mga nangyayari sa bansa. But of course, it gotten worse as time goes by. So I just felt, this is not pilit, no? This is not pilit, but I just felt the need to say something. Most especially, marami rin kasi tayong mga fellow content creators who's afraid of speaking up there. 'Di ba? Parang takot sila dahil may mga interest din silang pinoprotektahan. Naiintindihan natin 'yan, 'di ba? Nandun na tayo. But yun nga, parang as I help na rin para sa lahat, no. Yun na, ako naman na din yung naggagawa ng way to speak up. And there are some also content creators na talagang nagsasalita na rin kung ano yung mga hinaing nila, ano ba ang mga suggestion nila sa mga nangyayari. And mahirap talaga, nakakatakot at the same time kasi mamaya baka nare-red tag na pala ako. Mamaya pala may mga na ako dyan, death threats. Pero as long as alam ko na yung sinasabi ko parang naman may sense at it could lead to something right, then correct. I don't have to be afraid and patuloy lang ang laban. That's why etong mga nangyayari na ganito ngayon, kailangan natin to like for example, this kind of show that you have. This is your safe space. This is some kind of promulgating the truth, 'di ba? And information, the right kind of information to your followers na okay, eto kailangan niyo tong malaman because this is the truth and this is all about voters education, 'di ba? This is all about choosing the right candidate, 'di ba? Choosing the right people to sit in power, ganyan. So yung mga ganito, magandang example to para sa ating mga viewers. Yan. Pero nakakatakot talaga and careful.
Pero may your tribe increase, ha? Keep it up and come back another time when we can have you back again and it's endless talaga ang discussions, 'di ba? Kasi syempre parang nakikita ko medyo medyo Pero pag uneasy ka pa or something, di ba? Pero mamaya, pag medyo nasanay ka, baka mas madami ka pang, di ba? May iba ka pang maisip or something. We'll have you back again.
Yes,
And,
yes.
yeah, we look
Hopefully,
forward to that.
Would love to have you back.
Kasama
And
natin ulit kayo.
like I have to say also kasi it's so important that at least one person speaks up. Kasi all it takes is one especially kung palakas na ng palakas yung boses mo and more people hear it, other people will be encouraged to speak up. Kasi nga maraming hesitant, maraming iniisip na gusto ko bang pasukin to or whatever, but there is comfort in knowing, especially na hindi ka mag-isang lumalaban.
Yeah.
Correct.
And that's why speaking up is so important as well. When you know there are things that are being done na mali talaga, parang it would be such an injustice to just stand back and let all the wrong things keep happening. Hi, Goyo.
Hey, are you back for good?
Welcome
Hi,
back.
Goyo. Are you here?
So this is a learning experience. So I have to, next time, if ever I'm out, I have to have multiple backups for streaming. Definitely have to.
Diba?
Oh, nawala.
Ayun, nawala ulit si Sir.
May nasabi siya at least.
At least narinig uli natin boses ni Goyo. But okay, while we have Macoy, again, how would you encourage people to go out and register? Kasi yun naman talaga yung point ng show natin. Bakit importante magrehistro? Bakit kailangan magrehistro? And just how would you encourage people to come and register?
Well, that's the number one. Voting is your right, no? Parte yan ng right mo as a Filipino citizen. And if you really love your country, kung mahal mo talaga ang iyong bansa, at talagang gusto mo maging mas maayos, mas maging maganda ang Pilipinas sa mga susunod na taon. Bilang ikaw, lalo na sa mga kabataan na nanonood ngayon, magkakapamilya kayo, 'di ba? Magkakaroon kayo ng anak. Kung hindi man magkakaroon ng anak, magkakaroon ka ng kaibigan, mas marami pang tao ang magba-benefit kung yung isang boto mo para sa tamang kandidato magmamatter. And in this kind of situation, dito talaga natin nalaman kung sino yung mga opisyales na paganda lang, di ba? Sorry to say this, no? Nagiging ano na ako. Dito natin nalaman kung sino ang paganda lang, sino ang pagwapo lang, sino lang ang umupo doon para magkaroon ng title, yung pangalan nila sa harap. Pero in reality, wala naman talagang ginagawa. Kumbaga, naging second wife na, parang ganun. Or parang naging second best friend. Parang, alam mo na yun, display na lang siya. Second husband, nakakalungkot. And ito yung mga pagkakataon sa ngayon na mas may boses tayo. Let's take advantage of our technologies right now. No, let's take advantage of our connections, of our influence. That's why to other content creators or let's say influencers na talagang malaki ang following, and even to the celebrities out there na maraming following, you entice your followers to register to vote kasi tayo rin na magbe-benefit nito in the near future. And let's not wait for parang wag na natin kaya na malugmok tayo, 'di ba, Miss Pia, talagang sa pinakamababang antas ng sosyedad. Parang eto na, this is the right time already. And if you think that the current situation or administration will make this better, well, it's too late. 'Di ba? It's already 2021. Election na 2022 at I'm very sure marami na nagpaplano diyan out there. No? Baka nga meron ng mga kickback kickback, no, sa mga vaccines na mga ina-eme-eme ngayon. Well, may araw din kayo. Charot. I mean, seryoso, di ba? Come on. Huwag na tayo ligoy-ligoy dito. Meron yan. So,
yes, Macoy, I encourage you to speak in the language that they understand. Huwag kang mahiya. Sabihin mo yan.
Oo,
kasi hindi naman yan.
Di
ba? Sabihin mo talaga na this is reality, di ba? Harap-harapan na ginaganyan tayo. So, we're not naming any names, pero nakikita nyo yung situation, tignan natin ang situation natin,
yes.
di ba?
And
Diba?
Totoo. I mean, I'm not giving surnames or names here, but you know what we mean already, what I mean already. So, kumbaga, wag na tayong magpa-etchos grabansos dito. Totoha, totohanan na to, mga bed, mga sis,
Oo.
di ba?
Mga ma'am, sir.
Mga ma'am, sir, di ba? Totohanan na to.
Tsaka, may
Yun.
isa ng excuse me sorry. Meron ding chance na ito, bibigay ko lang yung example. May nakita tayong official din na in the beginning of the pandemic, may nagginawa itong official na to na hindi masyadong maganda. Tapos, syempre as usual, di ba, sa social media, nag-react lahat ng tao. Nakita ko, and I'm not gonna name names nga, pero ang ganda kasi, parang gumawa siya ng way ngayon na nakakabawi siya. And I hope, ang reaction naman namin is sana magtuloy-tuloy, totoo to. So, di ba, in line with sinasabi mong character, naghanap siya ng way talaga na parang makita na nagkamali lang siya. Tapos hindi na, bumangon siya from that. Hindi katulad ng iba na hindi talaga nila, which is a very bad habit sa atin na paninindigan talaga nila kahit mali, kahit huling-huli ng harap-harapan, di ba? So, hindi maganda yung ganon. So, tularan natin, umpisahan natin na ganon. Kung kunyari, nagkamali kayo sa last time or pumanig kayo sa hindi gumagawa ng tama, check yourself. Checklit yourself.
Wow.
Di ba? I-check nyo sarili nyo kasi there's time to change. Maganda talaga kung, you know what? Everybody loves a story na bumabalik sa, di ba? From a mistake, nag-rise from the ashes, di ba?
Yes, correct. Yung talagang dati ganitong side.
Kinikilabutan ako.
Nagbago na. No, Miss Cesca, totoo, di ba?
Totoo
Nakaka-inspire kasi yung mga ganon. Even me, 2016, when this person won, parang, wow, pak, ganyan. Ay, first year of presidency, ay, daming dugo, what's happening? This is not the Philippines I want. Parang, no. Hindi talaga. No way. And the mouth, my gosh, talagang di ko kinaya ang mouth. My God, may povedan soul. It's not approving. Even my friends from St. Paul, they're not happy. Diba?
I'll vouch for that.
Diba? Parang, my gosh, this is not the Philippines we want. And even for the OFWs, nako, sa mga overseas Filipinos, most especially sa Middle East and sa US, gosh, guys, you need to think, the daughter. No, my God, you really need to think. Parang, continuing the tradition. No, it's not. Parang, you better think. And of course, to the youth now who's watching, no, most especially sa mga ka-age range natin dyan. You know, on social media, you're very, very vocal. Lahat mayroon kayong sinasabi, di ba? To the point sometimes you even cancel the content creator or you even cancel the personality.
Cancel culture.
Di ba? The cancel culture talagang sobrang nag-emerge nitong mga panahon na to. Kasi ang dami yung time at saka kumbaga, ang daming yung lahat meron kayong sinasabi, lahat meron kayong say. Dapat sana sa mga politicians din na wala masyadong ginagawa. Ganun din kayo, you're vocal, dalhin nyo yung pagiging woke, yung pagiging vocal when you go in the streets and when you go to the COMELEC office to register. Ganun dapat. Irampa nyo yung mga voice nyo hanggang sa COMELEC. Wag lang sa Twitter.
Yes, correct. At saka, ang call out, iba yan sa cancel, di ba? So, we encourage to call out kasi talaga namang pag mali, even if it's a brand or something, di ba? Pag kunyari, kasi that's our money. We're the subscribers, di ba? Kung hindi tayo happy dun sa service provider natin, di ba? Kino-call out natin. Dapat ganun kasi you always have to think na the customer is right kasi you're the subscriber, that's your money, di ba?
Yeah.
Plus ito lang very simple, pati ako. Gusto ko, kaya pag sinasabihan tayong mga nagpupuna on di ba? On social media. Parang puro yan do you think yun ang gusto natin gawin? Hindi. Ako gusto ko talaga maging maayos yung nagpapatakbo ng mga our authorities para we can also do yung kailangan nating gawin na trabaho natin, di ba? Do you think pag maayos lahat, we would even say anything, di ba? Of course not. syempre focus tayo sa sarili na nating trabaho, di ba?
Yes,
This is
yes.
such a bother talaga for me personally to have to, parang to show people, and also parang ako naman, ang experience ko is I tried to warn people before elections the last time, and parang it just fell on deaf ears, and I was just like, why can people not see what I also see, diba?
Yes, correct. So
So
this kind of show that you have online, bongga to, this is really helping us to be more informed and educated on who's to vote this coming elections. And you better register or else Auntie Julie will
Ay,
slap.
nako. Papagalitan tayo.
Correct.
Ayaw natin yan.
And remember, guys, Auntie Julie does not have to give 1,000 for you to register. That's free. You have to do that. That's your right and that's your duty.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Macoy, for joining us. We hope that you can join us again, and sana Goyo can join us also next time. Thank you for taking... Ay, nawala na naman siya. Gusto ko yung paidlip-idlip ng si Goyo. Parang, I'm here. No, I'm not. I'm here. No, I'm not. Okay. But again, we hope you can join us for another episode soon. And thank you so much
come back, please.
for doing what you do, for speaking from your heart, for being so brutally honest about things that
I'm back.
Oh, wow. Nag-goodbye na tayo, Goyo.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, here is
I'm back to end the show. So, and I'm back to
exit
ask
na kami.
to come back next time.
Yeah. All right. Thank you
Come
so
back next time, Macoy. We'll have
Thank you, Sir Goyo.
Thank
Miss
you.
Kia, Miss Cesca, thank you.
Thank
Thank you so much.
Just have a photo.
Thank
I'll
you.
just screenshot. Say
Thank you.
smile.
Yes.
Yay! Thank you.
Thank you.
Sobrang
Good night,
nakasimulan
everyone.
dito. Grabe.
Frozen, starring
Thank you.
Elsa. Thank you so much, Macoy.
Good night.
Love you. We
Miss Kia.
love you.
Thank you, Cesca, Sir Goyo. Love you all. Love you, Miss Kia. Thank you. Bye-bye.